Welcome back to my channel. This is Jean here from Authentic Energy, and I am so excited to speak about body confidence building again here today. Okay, I know it's something that I haven't, talked about for some time, and I constantly get a lot of questions from you guys asking me to talk about, can you give me some step-by-step guide on how to really create that body confidence, right? So for those of you who have not watched my previous videos on body confidence, you can go to my playlist. I have a body confidence playlist. You can go and just binge all the videos I have created there about body confidence and how to create that healthy body image and healthy relationship with your body. Okay, but for today, I'm very delighted to share the 3 steps. Okay, it's actually simple. It's only 3 steps, but also these 3 steps come from, our body confidence foundation, which you can see on my screen here already. I want to break it down into the most, easy to digest and the simplest way for everyone to understand. So you can get a whole picture of how to go about, creating your own body confidence, how to go about, forming that healthy, happy, loving relationship with your body step by step. Okay, so without further ado, let's take a look at this graph, this pie chart I've created. And inside our body confidence mastery coaching, we always take everybody, through the different big areas inside our foundation. And, as a wellness coach, I personally believe that, whatever that you're building, whether if it's for your body confidence, for your body fitness, for your nutrition, improvement, you need to have very strong foundation, right? So when your foundation is not strong, it's very easy for your building to crumble, right? Just imagine like you're an architect and you're building the building, right? The building being your body or your health or your mental well-being or your confidence. You need to have very strong foundation, right? So similarly in body confidence building, we need to have very strong foundation. And what is the foundation? Okay, the foundation basically has 3 main pillars, main parts. Okay, these 3 main parts are mind management, body nourishment, and energy balance. Okay, so we need to really master these 3 areas. And also we need to know how to actually manage our mind, our body, and energy together, and also step by step. Of course, there's no rush into mastering all the foundations at once, right? Which is why a lot of you guys heard me talking about, our 1 year long mentorship with me to build the body confidence, because it is an ongoing journey, right? So I'll tell you a bit more about it later. But for now, let's focus on our body, mind, and energy. Okay, so I'm gonna go into details of each, so you will not be like, okay, it sounds a little bit, I don't know, wishy-washy. But no, actually, each of them works. And when you actually have all 3 areas, really well mastered and well managed, you will find that these 3 areas are actually quite synergistic, and they really do come together to help you have that long lasting body confidence. Okay, so let's go to the next page. Okay, so let's, when we have these 3 areas, right, what comes first? Okay, I would say that the mind comes first. Why? Because everything that we believe about our body and also how we perceive our body image, whether if you think that you're perfect or if you think you're too thin, too fat, not enough this, not enough that, not enough curves or not enough muscle, not enough tones, it all actually comes down to your own mind, right? It all comes down to what is inside your own mind, right? What kind of beliefs, what kind of values you have inside your own mind, right? And everyone's mind is different. So I like to see the step 1 as cleansing, as a way for you to cleanse and declutter your mind space, right? So those of you who are familiar with the Herbalife breakfast program, I always speak about step 1 being cleansing your body, right? So same here with our mind management, we have to actually cleanse your mind first, right? So we gotta cleanse. How do we cleanse, right? We have to cleanse by actually doing an audit. Okay, take out all the beliefs, right? With at this stage, we don't judge if they're toxic or if they're positive, right? Because inside your mind, you have already stored up so many different values and beliefs, and like you're being programmed in a certain way due to your education, your background, your culture, or social influences or whatnot, right? So you are the product of what you believe, right? And you are the product of all the different informations that you have received, right? So inside our mind management process, right, it is not simply just like, okay, let me just unfollow this person on social media, or let me just like say a bunch of positive affirmations every day. It's not that simple, but because we actually have. So what happens is a lot of people would like jump straight ahead into like, let me just every day brainwash myself by giving myself a bunch of positive affirmations, right? But the truth is, if you have not actually go down deep into the root of, what you subconsciously actually believe in, right? Because a lot of times we consciously know things in theory, but our subconscious belief is the key, is actually the main thing that drives our actions, that drives, our results and actions. So we actually have to go deep into like, what is in our subconscious mind, and subconsciously what we are actually, still stuck by, what kind of beliefs are still kind of like dictating, what we do. Right. So what we usually do is like inside our body confidence coaching, we do have a very, structured system to, help our students, question their beliefs, and also like different ways to reframe scenarios and beliefs so that you can actually find a way to question all the beliefs you have, right? We have to really go really deep, and this is like a kind of a long process, and but it is necessary to question the current beliefs you have about your body, about body image, about beauty standards, about the cultural beliefs, social media, things you see. I'm just throwing out some examples here, right? Obviously, due to our time limit, I can't just go through, I won't be able to cover everything here, right? But I just want to like let you guys know the the basics of what we do, right? And also, while questioning your beliefs, it is also a good time for you to really detach yourself, from a lot of the past beliefs and different past energies, right? Past experiences, memories, because a lot of times we are still attached to the past, right? And a lot of past events, right? Whether if they happened last year or last month or in our childhood, they can still influence how we behave today, and they can still influence how we perceive ourselves, and they can still affect our self-esteem and also our confidence in many, many ways. So we do have to go through, different practices and different processes to detach ourselves from, the past, from certain toxic beliefs, right? Certain beliefs, they may not be toxic, but they don't serve us, right? So everyone's beliefs are different, and everyone needs to do different types of detachment and release. Like really release yourself from the type of programming and the beliefs that you're being attached to for a very long time, right? Just think about how long have you been struggling with your body image? How long have you been struggling to accept your body, to love your body, to think that you're satisfied with your body? Then we can go from there, right? If it's like years or months, or most of the people that I've talked to have been struggling to to accept their body shape for like more than 5 years at least, or 10 years. I've heard answers like that, or their whole life they've been not happy with their body, right? So like just look at how long you've been struggling with your body image. Then we can actually get a gauge of, okay, how much work we got here for the mind, right? So it's not just about like going straight into, hey, I need to exercise, hey, I need to join the gym, hey, I need to lose weight. It's not that. That is not the solution. Okay, let me tell you this. Okay, that kind of like superficial solution to alter your body doesn't really do the real work here. Okay, we're really going into the the roots, right? The root causes of your dissatisfaction with your body, rather than just taking, like surface level actions to change your body, right? Because that can only give you temporary kind of like satisfaction, but you will still continue to be self-conscious. You will still continue to be body conscious if you don't tackle the root here. The root here is, let's reprogram your mind, really reprogram your beliefs, right? So which is why, like the crucial step in cleansing, decluttering your mind management is to really reprogram your beliefs, right? Like what kind of new beliefs can we form around, the relationship you have with your body, around beauty standard, around body image, right? So these are some of the crucial steps we need to do, we need to take inside the mind management, pillar. Okay. So now let's move on to the next part. The next segment is our step 2, which is body nourishment. Yes, now you're like, we're finally talking about body. Remember, we gotta work on the mind first, then the body. Okay, we start from the top down. Okay, actually, yeah, top down and then out, inside out. Okay, body nourishment, right? How do we nourish our body? Okay, yes, we do nourish our body with nutrition. Okay, I'm very big on nutrition. And I put it in the blue bubble because balanced nutrition is our most important factor here, right? I know a lot of people overlook nutrition, right? They just go straight into exercise, body movement, and, like relying on burning the calories and, certain, program trainings to alter the physique, right? But as I mentioned before, that is not the real solution. In order to really build a body confidence, you have to nourish your body, give your body the love at the cellular level. Okay. And what can give your body the love, the real love, and the healing and the goodness? I'm trying to think of another word to replace nourishment, but I can't at this moment, right? Like wellness, care for your body at the cellular level. There's nothing better than nutrition, right? Which is why you need to give your body the balanced nutrition. I'm not talking about like some extreme diet, some kind of extreme diet program that focuses on like, low carb or, only fats and, like high protein or, absolutely no sugar. We're really talking about taking a bit of everything, meaning that, your body needs that balanced, portion of protein, carbs, and fats, right? Which I have spoken many times in a lot of my videos previously. So I'm not gonna go into like the nutrition in this video, but for those of you who do want to learn more about balanced nutrition and some nutrition foundational skills, you can check out my playlist on like I talk about them a lot in Herbalife nutrition playlist and also in body wellness and healthy weight management playlist as well. So you can go back there and find my videos there where I talk about balanced nutrition. So nutrition is really your biggest key here in order for your body to feel better, to feel healthy and like well nourished, right? And then we also have to look at other factors which a lot of people don't give a shit about, but we do here. Okay, so other factors are like rest and sleep. Seriously, girlfriend, how well do you sleep, right? And a lot of people actually have been reporting to me that they actually don't sleep well. Either they're like, they have insomnia or they just have a hard time falling asleep, or a lot of people would like sleep really late or they wake up, they get like only, I don't know, like 4 or 5 hours every night. They wake up tired all the time, right? So it is a very common like modern problem where like people don't get quality sleep. But let me tell you this, if you are not getting adequate rest and if you're not getting quality sleep, this can actually affect a lot, not just your body, not just your energy during the day, but also having a lack of sleep can actually increase your stress hormones, which I also spoke about in my other videos, right? And also, it can really affect your body weight and shape in a way, right? And I know a lot of people complain about not being able to lose weight all these years. And I always emphasize on, like looking into having better quality rest and sleep at night, because that can really help you improve like your stress hormone in your body, But once your stress level can be improved, then you will actually your body will find its balanced weight, right? Rather than you feeling a lot heavier, if you feel like I'm not eating that much, but why am I gaining weight, right? So a lot of times it really comes down to your sleep quality, your rest quality, right? And how you sleep is really how you nourish your body, right? That's why there's a saying about beauty sleep, right? The more we sleep, the more beautiful we become, right? It really comes down to how the sleep can nourish your body, right? So we really need to have that quality rest and sleep. And then other factors, I spoke about stress management, right? A lot of people don't care about this. And sadly, that a lot of people are under a lot of stress day to day, and they're not even aware of that, right? And they really overlook the fact that they actually have to tackle their stress. And imagine this: when your body is constantly under stress, your cortisol level, which is your stress hormone level, is high. And not just that, the high stress level is helping your body keep gaining a lot of unnecessary weight, but also at the same time, high stress level can affect your hormones, especially women. It can affect your hormones, it can affect your emotions, it can affect your mental clarity, it can affect your physical performance, your physical fitness, your alertness. It can affect a lot of things. Oh yeah, not to mention high cortisol level can affect your sleep quality as well, right? And appetite, right? So a lot of people who are highly stressed, they probably have a weird eating pattern. Either they eat too much, they overeat, or they don't eat at all, right? So this is actually not very healthy when you have a very high stress level. You can see how it really kind of like eats into different areas in your life. And imagine when you have all these like unhealthy behaviors and weird pattern of behavior as a result of high stress. How can you feel confident and comfortable in your body, right? When you're confident about your body, that is when you don't feel much stress. That is when you're like 100% at peace. Like you're like, I'm so at peace, I'm so happy, I'm so not stressed, I'm so relaxed. This is when your confidence level goes up. This is when your power goes up. Okay, just watch and see. Right. Okay, so other things I have to mention. So now you're like, okay, what about exercise? What about exercise? I know every time when I speak about body confidence, a bunch of people would be like just very desperate and very eager to know, like, where does exercise fit into this whole equation? It does fit into your body nourishment, but then I have to mention that your joyful movements and your daily movements, meaning movements that make you happy, like they're not necessarily like program trainings, right? You see how like program fitness training I put in the smallest bubble here, they're the smallest one. That means this is the least important. Okay, whether if it's like body confidence building or like weight management, like program fitness training, right, is actually the least important part. All right, not saying that's not important at all. It is part of the whole picture, but it is not the most important, right? What's more important than program fitness training is actually your daily movement, meaning like um say walking around, walking up and down the stairs, okay, doing chores, doing housework, doing certain activities in the kitchen at home, moving furniture, doing gardening, like normal physical activities that is not like intentional training, intentional exercise. These are actually more important. But also, if you look at like the modern lifestyle, a lot of people are intentionally sitting down too much, right? We're too much desk bound, we're too much like just seat bound. Whether if you're like just driving all the time, when you get out of your car, you're like sitting down again, in the office for like, I don't know, 7, 8 hours a day. Then you get out and sit down in your car again. And then you go home, you sit down, right? So that is actually not a healthy pattern, a healthy movement pattern. So we need to be aware of our daily movements, and also joyful movements can really help you feel better about your body. How? Well, joyful movements can be things like dancing, Pilates, yoga, any kind of like exercise or movements that you feel happy about, right? They don't really have to fit into a certain box. It could be as simple as just walking in the forest, or like small jogging, right? Walking your dog, right? Anything that actually brings joy to you. And over here at our team, when we do body confidence coaching, we do have our own, style, our own movement style that we teach to our students, and like our own training style, like body training style usually focus on four areas, right? So these are these four areas are strength, like we focus on really building up everybody's body strength and building up everyone's stability, body stability, meaning like, are you able to balance, how balanced is your body, how steady and stable is your body, right? And how flexible is your body, okay? And also lastly, sensuality. Okay, this is probably something that you don't hear much about from, other types of movement. But here, we do have different types of movements that encourage women, to really move their body in a very sensual way where you feel sexy, but as also at the same time you feel like, oh my God, feminine and also confident at the same time. Trust me, when you are able to be in tune with your feminine body, you actually feel hella good, you feel hella powerful. Okay. And if you guys want to see some examples of how we do our body training with these four areas, I can put up some clips, or you can write them in the comment below if you would like to see like sensual movements, right? I have some recordings of our classes. I can actually show some snippets for you. Of course, I gotta get my students' permission first, right? So yeah, so these are the areas in body nourishment. Okay, let me know if anyone has questions, just write them in the comment below, right? Lastly, the third pillar is your energy balance. This is so important. Balance your energy. Now, a lot of you are like, what do you mean by energy balance, right? Like, are you talking about having good energy throughout the day? So I got all the energy to do things? No, not really that. Okay. So you can see my blue bubble here. The most important part is emotional management. So why emotions? Okay. Emotions are essentially energies in motion. They are energies in motion. So whatever emotions you go through, in a day, happy, sad, disappointment, jealousy, despair, scared, all these different emotions running through our whole body, mind and whole body, right? There are actually energy, invisible energy, constantly in motion, right? So like it's the kind of energy that's always vibrating, and when they're vibrating, they are actually dictating how our body feels, how our mind feels, and they're actually dictating like a physical outcome as well, right? Like how we behave as well. So in order for us to feel body confident, for us to feel like confident and powerful in ourselves, we really have to look at our emotions. We really have to look at how we manage our emotions. So in our body confidence coaching, we deal with a lot of like the emotional aspect of each individual. I mean, we don't really go into like the kind of work that psychologists, like psychiatrists do, right? But we actually do a lot of like different practices and exercises inside our community to really help each other, like what's the word, like to really help each other balance out and to filter the mind, and also to really like look deep within ourselves in order to really understand our own emotions, so that we don't easily get caught up in like feeling jealous, for example, or feeling unfair, or feeling like like agitated all the time. Because if we are not mindful with like how we handle our emotions, it is very easy for it's easy for ourselves to be just in a very like depressed, upset, and low vibes kind of state all the time. And when we're like feeling depressed and like scared, or if we're feeling like not enough all the time, how's our confidence level? Right, it's very low, right? So doing the emotional management is a huge part. And like, as I mentioned, we're not doing the kind of like psychiatrist type of like, emotional work here, but the kind of work we do here is already enough and powerful enough to help everybody like, balance out, to really kind of like for them to examine, what they're going through, and also to take a few steps back and look at the whole picture. Right. So I can give you guys some examples later on like how our students deal with the emotions as a result of doing the work that we have together. Right. But other factors inside the energy balance that we have to work on, things like, dealing with people. Okay. People are energy as well. Every day we're around different types of people. Right. And, we have different energies from different people bouncing off one another. And also there are different people, with different energies that we absorb. Right. So not everyone carries like good energy. Right. Some people may actually project a lot of like, toxic energy, for example, right? Or not necessarily toxic, but like very funky energy, right? It's because it's whatever they're going through, right? Inside their world. So they project outward. And if we're not careful, if we don't protect our own energy, which is why I put it into the bubble, you got to protect your energy. You have to learn how to protect your own energy so that you don't easily absorb other people's energy. If some people have like really good, amazing, positive, high vibe energy, then yes, great to absorb those. But also we have to be really mindful of like how much energy we're taking in, because the more we taking like if we're taking too much of other people's energy, then again we're cluttering up our energy space, right? Not just cluttering up our mind space, but also our energetic space as well, right? So we really have to learn how to deal with other people, how to protect our own energy. And when I speak about dealing with people, it's not just their energy, it's also dealing with people's opinions, right? So you guys all have heard about me speaking about OODM, right? Others' opinions don't matter. It is a huge hashtag OODM. Other people's opinions don't matter. It is a huge part of what we do here. How do we deal with people's judgment? How do we deal with people's comments and opinions on our body, on our physical appearance, on our weight, on whatever we do, right? It's a huge part. It is a huge part of how we build our confidence, how we build our body confidence, right? Because a lot of times we can be doing whatever we enjoy, and then boom, suddenly someone says something about your weight, someone says something about the way you exercise, someone says something about what you eat, then suddenly, oh, we let that person's opinion get to us. Right, we let that person's opinion get to us, and it becomes something different. And then we start to question, oh, am I eating right? Oh, I don't know. Well, that person questions how I exercise. That person questions how I eat. I don't know now. Why? Okay, so I'm not going to go into details, but definitely if you guys are curious, then you have to come and do the work with us. Okay, you have to do the work. Let's work together on how to deal with other people's shit, right? Other people's opinions are not my business, all right? And then lastly, how do we manage social and cultural influences? This is a huge one, okay? This is a huge one that can really fuck up our energy. Like, excuse my French here, but like, I'm not kidding, right? Whatever culture you're from, whatever social economic background you're from, there's gotta be some kind of like belief, right? Some kind of belief system, some kind of like expectation there, right? So like, we're living in a very diverse, world, and everybody comes from different culture and different background, right? So like, each of us carry some kind of like baggage. We all carry some kind of baggage and carry some kind of like expectations and some kind of like belief system that is actually, passed down to us from our culture, from our ancestors, from just the social background, the social environment we're in, right? So how do we deal with that? Not all the things, not all the influences are actually good influences, right? Like, I don't want to be extreme and say, hey, everything from our culture is bad. No, it's not like that. It's about having the ability to see, to identify what is actually, affecting us in a negative way, what is actually doing harm to our body image, to our self confidence, right? And what is actually not serving us, right? Simply by, simply identifying what is not serving you, what is serving you, what is disempowering you, right? And what is empowering you, right? So it's about having that ability to really own up and know, what's serving you, what's not, right? So these are some of the main areas that we deal with inside the body, as inside the energy balance, right? So to summarize everything we just talked about here today, remember the 3 steps to build your body confidence. Firstly, mind management, cleanse, declutter, reprogram. And second step is to nourish your body. Remember, there are many factors in the body nourishment. It's not just nutrition and exercise. It's more than that, right? And number 3, okay, step number 3 is to balance your energy. How do we balance our energy? Let's manage our emotions. Let's learn how to deal with people. Let's learn how to protect our energy, and let's learn how to deal with cultural and social influences, right? So let me know how what you guys think after I actually go through the steps and the foundational pillars of how we build body confidence from our body confidence coaching, right? Let me know if you have questions or any kind of like curiosities in the comment below. And I know a lot of you guys have asked me about like how to go about body confidence coaching. And apart from my year-long body confidence coaching mentorship, which all of you guys know about by now, you should know about it by now. If you don't, then ask me more. Okay, Body Confidence Club, right? But I have recently launched this new program. It's a quick program. It's a 10-day program, right? It's great for those of you who are curious about my body confidence coaching, but you may not be ready to commit to a year-long mentorship yet. So which is why this 10-day body confidence boot camp, it's a boot camp. In 10 days, you will get to experience doing, the body confidence work together with me. And also in 10 days, we'll go through like the foundation, the body confidence foundation, the 3 steps that we just went through here today. And together, with the amazing Herbalife nutrition products to nourish the body, you will get an amazing result in 10 days. What results? Okay, I'm not talking about like, weight loss or anything like that, right? Because we are not body image driven. Okay, we are health and wellness driven, and we prioritize your health and well-being over thinness. Remember this, okay? We're no longer a body transformation, body weight loss kind of community, right? We care about your mental well-being, we care about your personal happiness, and also we care about, how you feel in your body, right? You have to feel happy, strong, and healthy and sexy in your body. And how do we do that? Check out the 10-day bootcamp. Okay, so 10 days, it's actually very easy, just 10 days, right? And what is your commitment in 10 days? It's less than $100. Okay, it's only less than $100, but you get to do so much. You get so much out of it with me, right? So I would like to see a lot of you guys, join this 10-day bootcamp coming up this month or next month, right? I'm opening up for, the next few months because, like I want to see a lot of you guys try it out so you really get to have a taste of how we do the body confidence work. Because I know it is kind of new, right? And a lot of you guys are like not familiar with the whole concept of body confidence, right? Because I know that traditionally most people have been associating body confidence with like weight loss, losing weight, or like changing your body. But here we're talking about, yes, we're changing your body, we're changing your body health. We're changing your body health inside out, right? So building body confidence is so much more, like it's beyond your body image. It's so much more than just like what you look like on the outside, right? It is beyond that. So let's do the work together. And if you guys have any questions about the bootcamp, let me know in the comments. You can find the link to join the bootcamp in the description. Like it will be like the first thing you see there, right? The bootcamp link. And of course, you can reach out to me if you have more questions. The best way is to comment here, or you can connect with me on my social, Authentic Energy on Facebook and Instagram. All right. So thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in today. It's a very different type of presentation, but I'm very happy to be here. And if you happen to watch this early today, and if you want to hang out with me again live, I'll be hosting a webinar about how to become a wellness coach on my team, on Team Authentic Energy at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So if you're watching this right now at 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time or a few hours earlier, then you have time. And if you're free later, come join us, right? You'll find the webinar that link in my community post. I put it in my story and my community post, right? Or you can go to my Facebook and my Instagram. I have the link right there, right? You will find it there. Okay. Thank you so much, everybody. And I'll see you next week. Bye bye.